Hey, did you know that Two Girls Shooting the Shit is on Instagram and Facebook? We'd love to hear your feedback, episode suggestions, or just chat with you about life. So follow, comment, and share.
Everybody has a price, but 50K, bitch. You gonna have to charge more.
I
Ain't
don't
that
think
some
I
shit?
have a price for someone to shit on me.
Oh, I do.
Hey Mo,
Hey, girl.
how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We're back. Had a little restful break.
Wrestle. I don't know about that, but yeah, we're back. We back. We
Okay.
back.
I feel like I haven't talked to you in forever.
Right?
This disconnect is not okay.
This is unacceptable.
Anyways, nobody can really see you unless you're gonna post this on YouTube. But can you describe your outfit choice for today?
Why are you asking about my outfit choice?
Because it ties in with today's topic.
What's the topic?
Let's talk about sex, baby. Me and my Carlton old person dancing.
I got me a tank top, a choker, got my wig
A
on.
choker chain choker.
Ooh,
You got some boots? I bet you probably got some thigh-high boots on, black leather.
you only got time for that.
About to record your OnlyFans after this. Is that a
Shoot.
thing? OnlyFans? Yeah.
I can't be looking like Esther Roll. I mean, Esther Roll was sexy, but not for me, not tonight.
Well, so we were trying to toss around ideas for our first episode back, and I had seen some stuff. I don't know how we got on this topic, but I was
Mhm.
scrolling through. Was it me?
Yeah, you said
I'd be
sexy.
talking. I'd be
Sexy.
talking out my ass sometimes. Uh, but I was scrolling through Instagram and I follow a lot of mom influencers and mom, I don't know what you would call them, mom
Mom fluence.
people, accounts, whatever.
Mhm.
And another podcast that I like to follow. Anyways, one of the accounts was one of the moms who I'd been following for years. And it was a picture of her holding a vibrator. And I was like, what? Like it just like shocked me a little bit, kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know why. I'm not that sensitive to those types of things, but it just was like, what? And so she was, here's my code. I guess she's trying to make a little
Oh,
paper.
trying to sell. Okay.
Right. And she's talking about included it as a part of self-care. And I was just, my mind was blown. I was like, we're doing this now.
I
Like
love it.
this is just out, is out. So I figured let's talk about it.
I love it. So, what did you think when you saw that a mom sitting there with a vibrator?
Well, I mean, I'm sure moms, like it's not like I don't believe it, but it's just
Have you
something
been
that's
educated
been
moms? I mean,
right. Well, they weren't using that. That's not how. But it was just surprising to see like an account that has all this content about, being a mom and like just stuff. Usually it's making fun of like, hey, I'm like the minivan mom bumping my DMX and doing whatever, like just making light of like who you used to be and then who you are. But it's to me, it's more of like taking the taboo and putting it in your face,
I love
making
it.
it mainstream. I mean, I love it, but it's also a little, I don't know, a sign of the times, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's a sign of the times. I think people are finally like, why the fuck are we doing this stupid ass dance that everyone's been doing for no reason? Just pretending, walking on eggshells for what? For these molesters, like these priests, like who are we?
Ooh,
Who are we? Like seriously though, like who are we faking the funk for? And then like when we see some kind of scandal, it's like, oh my god, oh my. And I think people are just sick of it. I was just watching an Instagram live of an influencer, and they were talking about OnlyFans, and a guest called in and was, just talking about watching porn, and like just it was a woman too, so a younger woman talking about how she watched prawn.
prawn.
Yeah, because I'm not trying to re-edit this. Um, how she watches
I'm
prawn.
so confused.
You just get certain banned words. Look it up. There's certain words you can't say. so they get demonetized or get banned from YouTube and things like that. So gotta watch what you say.
Oh, I
Um,
don't even.
but yeah, so and she was just saying how she watches, she watches it, and she was almost at a point like in her life addicted to it. But I think just being comfortable and being confident talking about that is a whole new level, because why is there a shame around it? What's the
My thing is, it's not so much the shame. Like, I feel like there is time and place for stuff. Like, I think it's just kind of like OnlyFans. I've never been on the site because I'm scared to like type it in and see what the heck really is just gonna pop up.
you gotta pay for OnlyFans?
Do you? I don't even know what it. So it's a site.
The only thing I know is they were going to stop. They have adult content, so I think it's something
Okay.
like in Patreon or like a next level Instagram where people can go live and like actually do sex acts and like
Wasn't that a thing before? Like, we're this isn't new, right? Like, I feel like
I
this is
think it's
something that's.
in that it's subscription service, so people are getting paid and they can add on and like have different levels. So the
Mm,
creator is getting paid directly versus having to go through some kind of middleman,
a pimp.
right? A digital.
No, but it's kind of unsettling to me, maybe. I don't know why. I'm trying to grapple with why it feels this way, but I feel like this industry is now accessible to a lot of people, not in the sense that it's accessible to consume, but to be a part of, to be an exhibitionist, to put yourself out there like that. And I mean, I don't know that. I don't know.
I feel like this
I just have. Go
along
ahead.
the lines of what we were talking about before, like with the poly scene and things like that. So people are so much more open about that. I don't know if it was always like that, but just that alone was a shift. It's like, okay, is anybody like monogamous these days?
Mm,
So now we have this, and yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it. It's not on my feed, so I mean, I'm not seeing that. And I have actual sex workers on my feed, so I don't know why. But yeah, is it like people will be burlesque dancing, which is technically sex work? I learned that in a class.
really? Hmm.
Yeah. People with what do you call those, pasties and things like that, but nothing like vibrators or anything. Although a few podcasts I listen to, they'll have an ad. You can get 30% off if you call in for a vibrate, or a sex toy.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I feel like this stuff is making me seem like a prude, like I'm very reserved and I'm clutching my pearls and oh my gosh.
You
But
got kids.
um
How much of a
yeah, yeah, but I mean it just to me it's kind of just another extension of my opinions on social media and technology in general. I feel like a lot of things that were in the home or between people is now just out for everybody to see. And I think that there is a culture that may be improperly influencing people to say, hey, you now are accessible. This is accessible to you. You can be it. You don't have to be in the valley to be in these adult videos. You
Mhm.
can do it from your home. And it's kind of like 15, 20 years ago, we thought about some of the girls that ended up in the valley doing these videos. And we were like, it was a sad story. It wasn't always a happy thing. And so now that we're making it accessible to like Wichita, Kansas, or wherever it is, I wonder if people are being exploited or is it possible to exploit yourself like unknowingly, like just because you think it's available to you? Do you know what I mean? Like I'm just feeling like protective of people.
Yeah, I see it both ways. I see it as people getting access to opportunity, people getting access to content
Sure.
they may not have had access to before. And I think because it's direct, it's a direct platform versus something else where, other platforms, there might be some human trafficking.
Middlemen. Right.
You don't know what's going on. This is, they're dealing directly with the person. So unless somebody is forcing them to open an account, like I'd have to look that up to see. But other than that, I see it as people just getting money in this, especially right now in the pandemic. You have an audience. You have people who are quarantined or not doing anything sexually. Maybe they were before, and now they have this platform and they can interact with the creators directly. I think that's the other added benefit, is that they can interact directly. So if, say, you had an OnlyFans, your fans can go in and like you can be like, "Hey, Cheeto, how's it going today?" Like.
Cheeto. show me your toes. Something like that.
Yeah, but I do feel like there is a line, and it's hard to see. Like I said, it's not on mine, but I have heard of stuff where, um, people posting things that may be inappropriate, like, and it's like I feel like that's their own boundaries or lack thereof. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like, hey, to each his own. I'm not gonna be out on there, and I'm not paying for OnlyFans unless we get one. Hey, OnlyFans, because I think it's supposed to be like Instagram Premium too, but I don't think anyone uses it for that.
I saw a TikTok the other day that had me cracking up because this woman does these videos that are really funny, and it said something. The moment I saw how much people are making on OnlyFans, and it has her going, whoop, showing like a little whoop, like show a little bit of skin,
Yeah.
And it was so funny, but that's what I mean is it's another draw. Like I can make money this way, and it's so easy to do. I know we talk about shame, and we're all about like not feeling ashamed of things, but I think there is a tiny bit that's healthy to kind of regulate your behavior and keep you safe, because what's put on the internet is forever. And if you may need cash today, what's going to happen? I don't know.
No, I feel like it's being destigmatized, so it wouldn't matter if somebody's getting paid today, like tomorrow it still wouldn't matter. I mean, we look at these politicians who are always getting caught with prostitutes and everything, and this continue to have a healthy life. A lot of business
They
people,
also have money though.
yeah, a lot of business people you see that are going out and like they're the ones paying these people to do all kinds of stuff. And so I think this is letting those, people who are in the industry kind of support themselves and say, hey, I got this fan base versus maybe some one powerful person or something like that. I have multiple people who are just contributing to my quality of life, and they get paid. Like some of these women get like 6 figures a month. A month.
What? This is the last episode of our podcast. Come find us at OnlyFans. 6 figures a month.
Yeah.
I don't. Oh well. Like.
Yeah, that's all.
I don't know.
Good. I mean, as long as it's not hurting anyone, it's legal. They're not doing
Yeah.
anything that's illegal or human trafficking. Then what's it to me? I don't care. People have needs. People, there's a demand. There's a supply. That's the way I see it.
How do you feel about prostitution?
I don't care, to be honest. Like, if that's what you want to do, do it. If it's regulated, that's better. But it seems like people make more money with it not being regulated.
Right.
It doesn't seem. I mean, just like thinking about like Amsterdam and places like that, it doesn't seem like a happy life. But if that's what you want to do, I mean, maybe a sanitation worker doesn't seem happy to me, but that's not my choice to make. So. If it's legal for them.
Lawyers aren't happy. Like, who's happy?
Dentists kill themselves.
And you laughed. Gosh. I just think it was for me, the initial like thing that prompted this was just jarring to me, because I'm used to this influencer being goofy and talking shit about her kids, and this mom laugh, I wasn't ready for it, whatever. And then it was just like self-care. Like it was awkward. And I've got people that I know who sell that pure romance stuff.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like that. It's just taking it to the internet. Like people used to always have some kind of party. Oh, come on, we'll have some sandwiches and sell dildos. Like now.
I ain't never been to that kind of party.
Now it's on the internet.
Sandwiches and sell. Ooh. Kind of parties you go to?
Yeah, it's just like
Tupperware, maybe some
is, but it's just like the Mary whatever it is of
like skincare and stuff. Yeah. It's a multi-level marketing thing, and basically you can sell anything. So why not sell that? I mean, the actual presence of these products and the selling of the products is not anything new to me. It's not. That's like whatever. That's a whole industry. That's fine. Like whatever. But it was odd to be like, oh, I'm hawking this weight loss stuff. I'm doing this protein shake. I got this bra. It's the best bra ever. This. But then here's a vibrator. Like it was just really
No trend.
Off brand, maybe.
Yeah.
It was weird.
The brand. That makes sense.
I need a warning, you gotta, I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Um, so, but it's mainstream, I guess. Maybe that's the whole point. It's normal.
But you were saying that there's something for married couples or for couples for September?
Oh, yeah. So the first time I heard this, Sexy September, everybody loves alliteration. But so Sexy September, I heard it. I was listening to an audiobook. Rachel Hollis, I don't she was really popular, Girl Wash Your Face or whatever that book was. And she talked about her and her husband, who they've now since divorced, but about how they how they started something called Sexy September, which was like to kind of revamp their love life. And so every day in September, you're supposed to be intimate, whatever that means to you. So, I mean, I don't know if you could get it every day, but you're doing something, to be intimate and connected to your partner. So it's like a challenge. I was rooting around on the internet and I saw like Naughty November, people trying to be cute.
Are you going to do Sexy September?
I'm having surgery on Wednesday, girl.
Oh no. Sexy surgery.
Simple sexy moves. I don't know. But no, like, I mean, my husband and I love a challenge. We do fitness challenges together and stuff like that, but I don't know about this one. But I can see why they institute it, right? Because life gets in the way. I mean, I don't know. I mean, when you're dating, things are just a whole different level. I don't know what it is about being married, but things slow down. Yeah. And like you're living life and it's hard to find time or to prioritize that, especially the more children you have. And
I know, I was saying everybody is making me like, the older I get, I'm like, do I want that? That sounds, I don't know. So I feel like that's for younger people, because that does not sound like the move. But how do you define sexy?
It's funny. Okay, so Mo texted me before we got on here to dress sexy because we're talking about sex, right? And my brain was like, what? Like, what does that mean? Like, I don't even know how to dress sexy.
New.
What's that?
That's some new Emily stuff. Sure?
Well, I mean, I don't. For one, I'm Marie Kondoed or whatever it's called, my closet, so I have nothing. I forgot what I was even talking about.
You were trying to define sexy.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So I was like, okay, sexy 20 years ago was like, okay, we're about to go to the club. I'm gonna put on some some stilettos. Ooh. I'm gonna put the girls up. They can be up in they were up anyways, but they're gonna be out. That picture you posted on our account of me trying to be cute. I felt goofy at the time, but looking back, I was like, damn, okay, that's sexy. Right? That's sexy. That's not sexy to me now. And it's funny because if you ask my husband what I wear that is sexy to him, it's not that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, there's certain clothes of mine that I wear that he's like, dang, like, and it's usually the comfy stuff that I like. It's not tight fitted, it's a confidence or the way I walk or that kind of stuff. So I think confidence is sexy.
Yeah. Amen to that. That is true. I think it varies. Like, I think there's all kinds of sexy. And I don't think there's a certain style because some people may not like a certain thing and other people may. But I think, like, for me, at this age, sexiness is like that meme that's like, show me your dated invoice with your therapist. Like, that's what's like, what's fade? Like, I don't know. As long as you take care of yourself and you have some hygiene, like, looks fade, but like they're that charisma.
Hygiene. Have some hygiene.
Some, like, at least
wash your ass, please.
Wash your legs. I mean, hey.
He said wash your ass. Who's out there not washing their ass?
Girl, that was a whole Google it.
Really? Who's not washing their ass? Like, I'm gonna Google that. I don't want to know.
There's a whole thing on the internet. All these people who aren't washing their legs, they only put soap on their face and let it run down.
I heard that somewhere, and I was like, who's doing that?
Yeah, but it ain't me.
Putting soap on their face and letting it run down? That's it?
Yeah, they don't wash their ass or nothing.
Their armpit, nothing? I be like I'm hurting myself in the shower. Like,
you were talking about that, the loofah, you know, you got a loofah and stuff.
And a little scrub. You got a washcloth to get in some places the loofah can't get. You know, I got all kind of.
Girl. But if
ooh.
Thing, Google it. I don't even talk about it.
And they out there getting it.
And they're out there
with they dirty hands.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no rhyme or reason. We're all animals, so I think like that makes me think about these stories we've talked about where people who, I mean, I found, because remember we were talking about doing old MySpace stuff, and I was trying to look.
Yes.
And I found like this drive from like 2015 where I was talking about, like, I was sending people screenshots of guys who had girlfriends trying to date me. So it was still the same stuff. In 2015, that's what, 6 years ago? And I'm sure it was before that too. So it's like,
damn,
what is sexy? Because I'm an awkward black girl, you know? Like, is it just being black? Like, what did they see that make them think that I'm going to be some side bitch, you know? Like, I don't get it.
I wonder though, if they were just casting out, like you mentioned in our dating episode, you know, people just swipe right on a whole bunch to see what. So maybe people were just doing that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because you know what? Online didn't seem real back then, I feel like. For a lot of people, it didn't. Because I know I was dating somebody. I was dating somebody at the time who was having conversations all over the internet.
Ooh.
You know, on Hot or Not, or on whatever other, on MySpace. I think that's what it was. Because like, to my knowledge, he wasn't doing anything. Yeah. He was just getting that ooh, I'm flirting, I'm being cute, you know, whatever. So I think back then it was new, or it didn't seem real. Like, it's different from talking to somebody face to face at a bar, you know, like you could just shoot a message and be like, whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
In person, I feel like these apps are not the move. You know, I hate when someone says, "Hey, sexy." Like, first of all, does that mean? I honestly don't know. Like I said, for me, it's a character, it's a swag, a charisma that someone has. And like you said, that confidence, self-awareness, spiritual grounding, like those kinds of things I find sexy.
So those are things you're not going to know until you are engaged and having a conversation. You're not going to get that off of like a Hot or Not page or whatever.
Or even just like seeing the way someone speaks, and someone speaking in complete sentences, and ooh, don't give me some complex syntax. I'm a my cootie
I know, like some vocab. Right? Don't come at me with that vocab.
Right? Like, that's sad. That's how people are these days. Like, you see somebody intelligent.
I love that. My husband has like, his vocabulary is ridiculous. He'll just say some stuff and I'll be like, I gotta go look that up. Like, I'm not gonna tell him I don't know what he's talking about, but I'm gonna look it up and be like, how does he know this word? Or why does he use this word? Aww. So that's sexy. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love sex.
Yes. I like that. A smart person. Articulate.
That's rare.
Very.
And I feel like we were talking about, I don't know if this has to do with the topic, but we were talking about this. I was talking about this the other day. A lot of people don't want a woman to be smart because then they feel dumb. I'm like, why does it have to be that way? Why can't you both be smart? Like, I don't get it.
Or like, why do you feel dumb? You know you're not dumb.
Why are you feeling insecure? It's an insecurity thing. Yeah.
Like, you can be smarter than me. That doesn't make me feel like I'm dumb.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm glad to learn from you. I'm glad to learn new things.
Or proud of you. Shoot, I'm proud of you. You do you. Yes. Yeah. Bring that to the table.
I'm sick of this competition thing, men versus women kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, especially in a relationship, that's not good.
That's unhealthy. Like, I don't want someone to be like, oh, you know too many words. Fuck you.
I think I don't know that I've met anybody who was intimidated by, like, I feel like this is weird, my intelligence. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I've known some stupid people. And they were real bold to be like, yeah, I'm gonna date this girl, or I'm gonna try to date this girl. I mean,
see what I can do.
Real stupid. Anyways, so sex.
What about it? Why are you cringing?
I'm sorry, this guy's fucking up my order.
Oh no, he's like, can I replace the bananas with peaches, please?
If I said diet root beer, don't be coming at me with no diet Dr. Pepper.
Girl, yes. This dude did that, talking about there were no collard greens, and I called and asked the store, and they said, yes, we have collard greens, and I knew they did because it was like around New Year's or something, and he had the nerve to bring kale or something. I was like, bitch.
That's rude.
I surely got
Well, my thing is I got Halo Top vanilla ice cream, right? And I get diet root beer, like 0 calorie A&W, whatever.
Oh, you make
and I make a little float, and the days that I'm really craving something sweet, I feel better about doing that than going off the rails and eating a cake or something.
Yeah.
So it's just something I want to have on hand, just have a little bit, and I just put like a scoop, like a tablespoon of the ice cream in there just to get it creamy, and then just have the flavor of it. This guy's messing up my whole situation.
Oh, you're like, I was looking forward to that.
I ate a sheet cake because yo Instacart ass couldn't find me no diet root beer.
Diet root beer. Gosh, you could probably order that, but anyway.
Yeah.
That ain't sexy. Well, maybe to some people.
Mm.
What is?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was like, what's sexy? First of all, I don't really know what it is. I guess I can look it up. But what's the difference between finding something sexy and having a kink? Like, what is a kink?
I don't know all that weird shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I really don't.
I don't even know.
To me, it's weird. Because for me, it's weird. I don't know. When you say kink, I think of like 50 Shades type shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't. Like, I enjoyed reading the books. And I enjoyed, no, the movies were terrible because the acting was terrible. But I enjoyed it as entertainment, but I could never see myself participating in that. For me, pain and pleasure do not go together. I don't have there's no connection for me there.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's just that.
Or what's another kink, like somebody wearing your underwear? Like, what?
Someone who is kinky, maybe. There are all kinds of kinks. Sexual taste. Oh, that makes sense. So that's why people will be like, oh, memes are my kink.
I still don't even understand that.
A kink is a sexual taste. Things that sexually arouse you, I'm guessing.
What does it for you?
I just told you. What I find sexy is
the
same thing.
Just so there's no physical thing, or there's no other than just being intelligent and being able to speak.
It's one of those English. When I see it, there's no particular look or anything. It's just like if somebody is cute.
It's a vibe. It's a chemistry. Yeah.
It's more than just a look. Like, you can look cute and then have as soon as you open your mouth that you.
Or just your whole persona.
Yeah.
It's weird. There really is something to auras and energies of people. And I think it's funny because, you'll see a couple that's mismatched to you or something, and you're like, what the hell? How is that? Whatever.
And it's like, what's it to you? I've been thinking more about it.
But they may have it's not always what you can see. Like, there's a vibe, there's an energy. I remember this one person, attractive, whatever, came to celebrate my birthday with a bunch of people, and good looking guy, but something about him, like his whole energy was just off. He put everybody off at the table, like all my friends, and he was like an old friend from like high school age, like early 20s, and I think I was turning 29 something. Aww. And he came out with us and just put everybody in a funk, like was asking questions that came off real, like whatever. And he was trying to be real, like, arrogance, not the word, but just his energy was wrong. It like messed up the whole bar. It was terrible.
Oh, that sucks.
And he was attractive. That's really sad.
Yeah, and it's like, why? Because you don't know. I feel like people think physical attraction means that people have it made. They have the pretty privilege and things like that, but they also have to keep that up, and they also have the stress.
Halle Berry.
Yeah, like that's a lot. So I feel like a lot of times these people, they may be pretty on the outside, but they're so messed up inside, they don't know, because they don't feel like they have any value outside of their looks. It's like, what are they bringing to the table? Looks.
Or just that's a lot to put on somebody.
It is a lot. Like, it's so animalistic. It doesn't even make sense. And I had to check myself because, like, you were talking about a look, and I feel like back in the day, I'd say like, oh, I really like nerds, or really like, but I don't think it was the look of, like, what is a look? Glasses?
It was the intelligence.
Yeah, the intelligence and the confidence in that. Even if you don't have, like, confidence in yourself, like, as far as personality or something, you'll have confidence in your smarts and things like that. And that's very attractive.
I do like a nerd, though.
Right?
There is something about, like, this is gonna sound bad, but I like someone who's not too confident. Like I like someone, but you know what I'm saying. Like I used to be attracted to or drawn to people who weren't the braggadocious. Like I'm the
Yeah, I
whatever.
don't like that.
Somebody who had a little bit of
Humility.
codependent people. Probably that's probably what I liked. The people who are a little like unsure and stuff.
Mhm.
I don't know. That was a codependent in me then, because I like to bring them up,
Yeah.
make them
Feel
feel
you.
good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did it work?
I don't know. You could do that, but they still can't speak in proper
Right?
sentences.
Like, I don't know.
Maybe they should feel that way about themselves.
Yeah. Get yourself together.
Right? Read a
Go
book,
to
read a book.
school.
Lord.
I feel like I don't have a comfortable relationship with all of that either, but I'm more open. I'm not more open minded, but I'm open minded about it. Um, but like I've not done much in my life. Like I don't have that much experience, and so I don't know what I'm talking about. Like I need to go out and get out and experience it, but I'm not willing to do that. I'm not into that kind of
Why?
casual kind of stuff. It's just because I'm like you said about the energy. I'm really into energy exchange, and I've tried in the past, and it's just an empty feeling that just doesn't work for me. Could be the
Yeah.
codependent in me. I'm not sure, but it's just like ugh. Like I don't want to just pump and dump. That just feels so shallow.
That sounds nasty
Yeah, I mean,
in that context.
pump and dump.
Bumps in a pump. Bumps in a pump. But I do see though why, again, back to this like sexy September and the energy that we're talking about, like in a relationship, especially in a marriage, I think there's love, but there's something about connecting on the physical that reaffirms that love or
Yeah,
makes you even like makes
it's
you
an energy
crave
exchange.
each other more. Yeah. And it's an expression without words that you can reconnect and solidify that relationship. So I mean, I think this is why I had problems with that poly stuff, was I feel like how can you exchange that energy and create those bonds in multiple ways? Like it's such a big exchange, a deep connection
But not everybody
to
believes that. Some
to
people are like
do.
the pump and dump, or some
But I
people
feel
think it's an exchange and they think they can have it multiple times. So,
I mean, some people can have it multiple times, but I don't. You know what? That's interesting to me because I feel like I'm not in control of that connection afterwards. I think that's why when like virgins or whatever, when they have like they're like so it's like such a thing. So does it go away with the more sexual partners you have? It becomes easier to just give of yourself.
oh
That
no,
connection doesn't happen. I wonder
yeah,
if that could be part of it.
I'm not willing to find out. I'm not going to go here run through these streets.
Yeah, no, I'm
It just
good,
feels
but
so
I'm just
empty.
curious.
Just not even. And I'm not shaming people who want to do that. I'm jealous because I feel like I really, this is stressful. Like, I got some uptightness. I could get that.
This is
knocked out,
self-care.
right?
That's ooh, look at you.
But it's
Pump and dump and knock it out.
just knock it on out. But at what cost? Like, I don't know. I just can't be like.
I don't know how much they're OnlyFans.
I
How much is that?
jumped. But still, I mean, like in the physical connection. Like,
I wonder if people are finding love that way.
they probably are. People find love everywhere. I'm like them. Beam me up. I don't belong here on this earth with you humans.
Sexy, sexy, sex. Mm, 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 mm.
Any other sexy thoughts?
I don't have any. I am the least sexy person. Let me just tell you, it's real sad. I'm not.
I'm the easiest to amuse. I mean, I'll be watching Russell Brand, be like, oh my god, watching Russell.
I don't know why I think he's dirty.
Yeah,
I think we've had this conversation.
Yeah, I don't know. But,
Or just because I watched him on Forgetting Sarah Marshall, that movie, and he's nasty there and had all these STDs, and I'm like, well, I don't know why, but I feel like that's just who he is.
yeah, I watched the Guru Russell Brand now, and I'm just like,
How does one become a guru?
you just got to go through the work, I guess. He was alcoholic and drug addict and all these things, so he had a big epiphany, I guess, and
Got to hit rock bottom.
yeah, he hit the rock bottom. I think there is something to that because you realize you have nothing to lose, and he has access to all these people. So he has Eckhart Tolle, like he has everybody. Yeah, I'm like, dang. So he has a podcast. He has like a YouTube and some other thing you got to pay for. Um,
OnlyFans.
but it's like looking at him. Like if I saw him walking down the street, I'd probably think, like you said, like no, or I wouldn't have thought about
Or
it.
just like, yeah,
But
like
it's that
like whatever.
that guru energy. I don't know what that he has, like an awakened man, like talking the way he's talking. Like you don't hear a lot of guys talking about like that.
I haven't listened to him in
Yeah.
that way.
So like,
But you know what? It's something beautiful about it though, because I feel like you can see people who are just talking, and then when they have that enlightenment, they have like I haven't been there yet, but they have like, it's like this like beauty just spews out of them, this energy, this light, this positivity, like they're high on life,
right?
like
They don't need the extra stuff because they found whatever
it's
that
inside
is.
yeah,
Can
like
I go to an ashram or something? How do you figure that out?
Yeah, they lit whatever fire needed to be lit within them to light, you know, to
that's a good way to put it.
yeah, they're light. Yeah,
he became the light.
I think that's interesting though that you brought up the guru stuff, because I've been trying to learn more on this journey with yoga about tantric yoga. And I think well, a lot of people kind of associate it with sex, tantric yoga, tantric sex. And tantra is just anything that brings pleasure. I mean, for me, it could be food, you know, like for us, I think we could make it a food thing. But there's a lot of like tantric yoga exercises that we've been trying out that are just about breathing, because breathing is like essential to yoga, and connection. And I think that stuff is a good part. I guess with sex, it's also connection. I mean, if you want it to be, and being intimate and being physical, not just, you know, P and V type thing, it's or so wherever you put your P and your V, or V and V, or whatever you got going on. Yeah, there's so much more to it than just pumps and a dump.
Because sometimes I'm looking at like people like R. Kelly, for instance. A lot of people.
Why are you looking at that?
Over because he's having on trial. Like a lot of people are over sex because of child abuse and things like that, and they don't know how to deal. And so that's sad to see. And I've seen that in a couple of documentaries on people, like they're just out there getting it because that's just what they're
how they receive everything.
Yeah.
I think that might be where some of my problems are with this OnlyFans stuff, and with how accessible things are, is I feel like, I mean, it would be nice to have a psychologist or some kind of a therapist on to talk about this, but I wonder, I mean, I don't know what the term is of being like sex positive, or like what is it like?
Yeah, sex positive.
Because we're trying to, you know, because it's not a bad thing. Like I don't feel like it's a natural thing. I've been reading all these books on goddesses and stuff, and how it used to be celebrated, and it was just like a very it wasn't taboo. But I wonder though, with all of this being accessible and being normalized, like should it be normalized, for one, like to be so public about something that's been so long considered to be something private? And are people who are willingly engaging in this doing so because of past trauma? Is it at their detriment? Is it healthy to do this? Do you know what I mean?
Like on OnlyFans and ask, or find a panel. I don't know.
I mean, because pornography. I don't know if I have to bleep that out. I mean, that's one thing, right? And there's people who can enjoy that and go about and live normal lives. There's people who become addicted to that. There are people who are abused through that genre of filmmaking. And then now that we're making this accessible and everyday and normal, are we doing ourselves more harm?
I think that's.
Do you know what I mean?
Because there is a podcast, Man Talks podcast, that has had an episode about that. I don't know, the one I heard was about that, and it was about just men who become obsessed with masturbation and pornography because just get desensitized. Like they can't function. They like wake up immediately, got to go to the porn, and it's like,
and they can't have sex. They can't have.
Is ruining it for us, because then we're not getting people who are fully available and aware because they're too focused on that. And then when they are, they want to do something, they want to try out
Something they
something
saw.
they saw that's not natural, or not natural to them. And so those kinds of things are frustrating, but yeah, I feel like it could also help people because because of the way it's set up, not only fans, because the way it's set up, it can help people too. Like, I don't know, they're getting paid. Like I said, I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. I would need a psychiatrist or psychologist or something to talk about that because I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm curious about it because I feel like it's like fantasy is what it is, right? I mean, it's
like
it's not real. Yeah, it's not real. But if that's what you make your reality and associate it with sex with that, it's hard to divorce the two and have a real, because kids are growing up learning about sex through porn.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. We talked about it with the slumber party with Anna, where I was watching. I mean, that's not nothing compared to what they're watching these days.
Yeah,
Cinemax. I was really young kid, but that didn't have, it didn't make me oversexed. But just having the access, even the girl who was on that Instagram live was talking about the, watching porn at an early age, and even she said, she doesn't want that for her sister because.
Right.
Something, it triggers some things in your mind, and I don't know. I would be curious. Oh man, next time we got to get somebody up. I would be curious to know, like, what it does to the mind and how it impacts your future relationships and your future relationship with sex.
Do we have any? I wonder. We got to look and see if we know any. I mean, you said sex workers, like as far as like burlesque dancers, but I wonder if we have anybody who, would be interesting to have. Somebody else.
Just to hear, just to hear a direct perspective because
because we don't know.
If you happy, I'm happy, man. If you aren't hurting anyone and happy, like I really don't care.
But my concern, I guess my concern, and it isn't my like I mean, to be honest, I'm only concerned about like my family and like my close friends. You know what I mean? So like it's one of those things like I'm concerned about it, but if that's what you want to do, person on OnlyFans, and go do it. But my concern with an asterisk is that they're happy, but they're not. Do you know what I mean? Like I wonder.
It could be anybody. I just saw
right. It can be
women who are getting flown out to Dubai and stuff, and making people defecating on them. So they can get 50,
I cannot
$50,000 or something like that. So. I mean, it's like, what's your price and what are you willing to do?
Shawty, say what's your price?
Hey, Mom, how'd I get my new bike? Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
and these are people who look, like do the luxury Instagram. So they're not sex workers per se. They just look like people who are just cute, dining out, traveling and everything. But on the back end, they're out there.
Yeah, they on the back end.
Getting shat on.
Got that back end.
I'm like, baby, I mean, everybody has a price, but $50K, bitch, you're gonna have to charge more.
I don't think I have a price for someone to shit on me.
Oh, I do.
You've thought about this?
I'm thinking about it right now. For $50 million untaxed, you wouldn't let somebody shit on you. You can wipe that
on
out.
Your face?
Why not? I can wipe it out. $50 million untaxed.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, what is it? What?
I don't know what the price is, but 50 million is that's yes. Yeah. But are they flying me out too? Because I'm not paying for that either.
Yeah. Exactly. But I'm saying, like, of course
50 mil.
I'm never gonna get that.
I'm sure Sean would co-sign on that. He'd be like, go ahead, boo, go.
Right? Oh, that's
take one for the team.
There's a TikTok on that. It's like, baby, would you let me cheat? Would you let me cheat on you for $50 million or something like that? And then the guy is like, "You better do it," or something like that.
Indecent proposal.
But that
modern
was
day
proposal. That was what, $1 million? I don't even remember.
$2 million, I think. But that was like early '90s. That was Demi Moore and early '90s. I mean, $2 million. No.
Tax?
Gotta come in with them taxes. That's a big chunk though, if it's
Mm-hmm.
taxed.
If it's taxed, you may get
What,
nothing.
2 million to cheat or 2 million to look at you doing the math. A beautiful mind up in here on the walls, just writing Pythagorean theorem and protractors and T90 whatever's. I don't even remember what they're called. Oh, well, that was supposed to be about sex.
Well, it was.
We can't even talk about it.
I ain't got nothing to talk about on that. I wish I did.
I mean, but you could scroll. You could scroll Instagram. You could scroll Facebook, TikTok, anywhere, and it's there. So
yeah, so
you don't have to come to us about it.
Yeah, what I've been doing, because personally, I don't know. Maybe I'm a prude, but I just got tired of seeing so many butts on my feed. So every time I saw it, I just block. You know, and like celebrities dancing.
Butts? How did you get booties?
Just
on your
people would
feed.
just be posting themselves twerking, and I'm like, I don't want to see that. Like, I don't want to see people twerking. Then they had a biscuit twerking. I said that. I'm like, damn, now the biscuits are twerking. Because I always say humans are half God, half animal, and we're always fighting to try to get to the other side. It's like we can never really get to the other side. So you got the real animal instinct. So that's going to be our worried out, fear, shame, jealousy, all that stuff, lust, and all of those kind of things. And then we're trying to fight to get to the higher consciousness. But it's like that carnal thing does tap you in. Like, sex is almost like a meditation. Like, it's like I can't even describe it. Like,
when it's good.
But it's like a spiritual thing. Like, you can tap in. You tap into the ancestors and stuff.
Got you speaking in tongues.
Right? And for me, like, I feel like that has to be something that is in a safe and secure space. Like, I can't just be doing that. I'm not going to be comfortable just out here in these streets.
You're cute. That's cute. There's something innocent about you.
With my choker.
I know you got some leather and stuff. You got some whips somewhere.
Right before the pandemic starts, I was trying to get my rotation on, you know, and the pandemic came. So, and then I just lost any interest.
If you could go back in time, would you change any of your sexual behaviors?
Yes,
like,
I would have more sex.
But how would you go about doing that?
I would say yes.
Oh my gosh, who was that? Flowetry?
Remember, I think we talked about this. All
you gotta do is say
yes.
Yeah.
About this. I would get mad if somebody wanted to have sex with me. Like, how dare you? Like, I didn't realize that's the natural.
How would you know? Like, would they say, "Hey, want to get?"
People I'm dating or like going on a date with and stuff, you know. So you're making out or something, and you know they're ready to go to the. That's just a natural, you know. They always be ready.
I love a good makeout.
One guy I remember, he died too. See, God don't.
Dang, ain't gonna hit that anymore.
he was like, "You're a tease." I'm like, damn, I didn't know what I was doing. Like, honestly, like, half of it is not knowing what the fuck I was doing, man. Like, I can't help you out. You want to be my teacher, preacher? Like.
Well, this is, I think, where the communication comes in, too. Because I feel like.
I was younger, so I wasn't using my words. I wasn't going to be like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, guy.
I feel like it was very awkward.
Very awkward. I hated it. Like, and then I think we had this conversation too. I'd be like, oh, he made such a face. It looked like he lost, he was out of body. And then I felt like, oh, I feel disconnected. Why is he making, I don't know.
You had him making faces, girl.
That's what they do. Like, that's what they do. But it's like, I didn't know,
Doing all this.
Right? Like, oh, he disrespected me. Why is he, me? Why is he making a face? He's disrespectful.
He thinks I'm ugly.
Right? He didn't mean there. Oh gosh, but that's why it's good to have friends so you can talk to them and like, oh yeah, that's just what they do. Oh, whoops.
What they do. That's what they do.
That's what they do. Life. I feel like sex is a healthy part of life, and so I do kind of have a FOMO about it, but not enough to find out. Like, I'm not gonna fuck around and find out on that.
At some point you have to, though. I mean,
or not. I'm willing not to do it. I mean, I'm at this point.
Somebody's dog getting it.
Mm-hmm.
What if it's something, what if it's like a rom-com, starts off that way and it turns out to be.
I mean, I don't have any attachment. Like, for
Right.
me, I would love an activity partner. Like, I don't need to have a husband. I'm not saying that. Like, I would love an activity partner. But the thing is, with this generation of people who are available and dating and available to me, um, they really don't date. It's all like, go over to your house and fuck. Like,
Physical.
yeah, with a stranger. Like, that's what they're doing. And the younger women are, more accessible and are happy to have somebody come to their house on the first date or go to their house. They'll even, bring some drinks. And, like, that's just not.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I feel like there's a difference between sex positive and holy shit, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
Right?
Like, this is not, and this is, I mean, somebody correct me if somebody will, whatever. I don't think that's healthy behavior, but we're supposed to celebrate it as equality or something.
I mean, you do.
Like,
I'm not going to talk about it besides this, but.
Right, but I mean, but I'm not going to talk about it besides a podcast.
You want a high five? Like, what you want? You want a cookie, bitch?
But like, I don't know that that's like advancement or like something to be. I don't know.
I get it.
I'm so confused about this slut shaming behavior.
We didn't have ownership or say. So now it's like the extreme.
Over what?
Our bodies. And so now it's the extreme where it's like, look, I'm liberated, but.
I feel like it was also like because women are slut shamed. Mm-hmm. I'm putting that in quotes.
They still are.
But it was like if you were to be promiscuous or just to have a healthy sex life, you were talked about, you were a slut, you were, whatever. Whereas it wasn't equal because men can do that. And it's he's a playboy.
Yeah.
But to me, the solution to that isn't to relax the standards we have on women so that everybody's just fucking in these streets. You know what I mean?
Why not?
If anything, why don't we rein the men in to be more responsible and to treat sex with some sort of contemplation and thought instead of just doling it out.
They're not going to ever do that.
I know, but we're not animals.
We are.
We aren't, though.
Animals. It's the human animal. We are.
I know that, but we've talked about this before, and you've talked about it in the terms of veganism. We are not animals. We are capable of thinking.
But that's what I just said. We're
unlike animals.
We're animals in God, but we like to stick to the animal side. Is the comfortable side. It's that higher consciousness. People don't. But it's
right. So that's negative. Like it's easier. It's easier not to think. It's easier not to think and just to do.
Yeah.
When we should be asking people to think.
Yep, and they're not going to think.
So now we have quality people who cannot find partners, and we have young people who are growing up thinking that it's normal for somebody to send you a winky face on an app, show up at your door, whatever, pump and dump, and then be out, and that's it.
Yeah, and so we have
like that's
locked up in the room masturbating all day.
Like that's not acceptable. I feel like that can't be healthy. Like we're changing the way society thinks and works. And
you could have pulled some. I don't know if there are any stats. So
I'm a little concerned about where that leads us as a culture. If this is going to be the norm, if this is,
when I was in school, we had a woman come. I forgot her name, but she was like an anti-porn woman, and so I already was like, "Oh, forget her." Blah blah blah. But she was actually just talking about like the fairness of it all and like the equity and the pay and the.
It wasn't religious. In other words, it wasn't that shaming. It was about real shit. Yeah.
And stuff, and she was like, "Well, you can go to these female-owned produced sites, like it was so."
Where it's ethically made or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly. So I was like, "Oh, okay." Like.
Yeah, because at first you were like, this bitch.
Time for that. So she destigmatized it in a way, in that yes, it's acceptable.
Or she exposed it.
Yeah, but I think she even said that she didn't really approve of those. I don't remember why. Gosh, that was so
because we're selling our bodies.
Yeah, and isn't that an inalienable right? Like we supposedly have these inalienable rights, so
to sell your body.
We can't. Like we don't have the right to. But so I don't know how these like places like where it's legal, like in Vegas and stuff. I don't know how they get around it.
I don't know about inalienable right.
Yeah. There are like we have what life, liberty, pursuit of justice. We have and we have our inalienable rights. Like we can't kill ourselves, for instance. Technically, we're not supposed to be able to do that.
We can't
So
sell off body parts.
yeah, like I can't be like, oh, here's my kidney, y'all, $75.
But it's not giving of a physical piece of you. I think that's why. It's an act. And if it's voluntary, it's not enslavement.
I think they saw it as giving it like a physical piece of you, like because a woman is kind of giving her body. I don't know. Don't get
I
me
don't know.
lying here.
I don't know.
Next.
All I know is I'm not like if I was 20
I
right now,
20 right now. Oh,
I don't, I would be
I'm
done.
Yeah,
I would be done with this. Like I cannot even.
Yeah, no way.
I don't understand.
I'm struggling being 40. Shit, imagine being 20 these days. Oh my god.
But growing up, or even in high school.
Yeah, that would be miserable. I feel like that would be very miserable. I mean, people are loving it, but also they have computers and stuff, so I don't know. Because when I was in high school, we were just getting on to the internet and stuff, and like Messenger and things like that. So
And these kids have grown up with it their whole lives.
And I used to do all of this stuff like this TikTok. I used to do it just with a camcorder. So, I mean, I guess the only thing that changed is people have access to you.
Is the audience. Yes. And I think that's a huge piece.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting attention, the world. I have fans.
Mm-hmm.
Like I am a normal everyday whatever. Yeah. And I've got this many followers. I'm somebody. When it's like, are you though?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's inflating a lot of things.
The way I like to see it, like with the social media and stuff, is use it to build your revenue up, to divert people to other areas of your business or something like that. But there was this little boy, and he just beats people up and beats his mom up and stuff like that. He was on Dr. Phil. And I'm like, how are these companies paying these? I don't even know if he's getting paid because I don't know how old he is. But like, he has like so many, I think like 1 million something followers and stuff. And so they tell him what to do now. So now they're just telling him, and I'm like, it's kind of like, wasn't that a Black Mirror episode or something like that? Like,
this is like Jackass.
Yes.
On steroids.
Yes. Exactly. And with the
whereas
challenge.
when we I've seen so many people fall and getting hurt.
Yeah.
But it's just there's so many things from our youth because we were young. I mean, young adults when Jackass came out. Could you imagine like being teens. Like, because when that came out for us, it was called Jackass for a reason. Like this is
they were
Jackass behavior. Yeah, taking shits in the Home Depot, in the model toilets and stuff, beating their parents up. Bam was going in and beating his parents up all the time. Like that stuff was shocking. Laughing. And it was funny because it had never been done before and it was not normal. And it was not normal. Like these people keep getting hurt. They're shoving things up their butts and going to the doctor and being like, what is, like doing obscene, ridiculous things. And now
kids started copying it and people were like, oh my God.
Yeah. And now people are getting paid. Children are getting paid to do this on Instagram. Like how mad are the TV producers and the movie people? Like this has got to be taking from them, right? Like if you could just go on Instagram or go on YouTube.
That's what I love about Instagram and stuff though, is that it's not for this kind of stuff, but for other stuff, it's taking away the middleman, the barrier to entry, and allowing more people to have a face and have access to an audience. But when they're not, they're monitoring what they want to monitor. You get kicked out for one thing and not kicked out for another. It's like, how are they deciding?
But it's nice as a viewer to have a choice to curate your own whatever. But it's also weird because that's how you get very tunnel vision. That's why some people are so jacked up, is they only watch what they want to watch and they are not exposed to anything else, and then they storm the Capitol.
Oh God.
This ain't about sex though, so
oh well, that'll be a snippet somewhere. I don't even know what's going on in the world.
I don't either.
It's like I'm over.
I don't care though. There's a lot of political stuff. I don't anymore. Don't want to.
Yeah, COVID.
Afghanistan.
Don't even want
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Uh,
I think I've come to realize it doesn't matter.
yeah, nothing matters. It's all a setup to get
And
us to
there's
think a
nothing
certain
we
way.
can do about it.
Yeah,
So,
and then we
like,
can.
there's nothing I can't do anything about it. So,
So that's a perfect example. So like, I'm trying to find a way to flesh this out a little better, but it's the animal side. When they see news like this, oh, well, I gotta feel better than somebody. I gotta be divided. I gotta feel like I'm getting my rights taken away. I have a scarcity mindset. Oh, you're bringing refugees. Oh, that's taken away. I mean, it technically may be, but these things, it's just like nobody has facts on stuff. People get mad at you if you don't jump on a bandwagon. I don't know the bandwagon. Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna co-sign stuff I don't know anything about.
right. I'm not on a team anymore.
Yeah, I'm not on
I have
any.
no team. I'm on Team Emily.
Yes, I'm on Team Mo. Just beam me up. I hate humans. Bye.
Hey, thanks for catching this episode of Two Girls Shooting the Shit with Em and Mo. New episodes drop weekly. Make sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.